What's up, everybody? Robert Sykes, Keto Savage Sports. I'm having to redo this video since I lost my audio. Alright, so today I'm continuing this tutorial series with my office set up a little differently here. The first two videos had just the whiteboard behind me. Now you can kind of see my mic and my drink, and I do this so I can just sit down and have my computer in front of me in case I need to look up something. So a little bit more cluttered for you to see, but a little bit more efficient for me to use, so please forgive the clutter. Alright, also before I begin, shout out to Scott Smith for giving me this shirt. I would never pick this out on my own, but hey, I'm going to do my best to make it look good. Alright, so today I'm going to talk about the different types of ketogenic diets. There's like three main variations of the ketogenic diet. The first one being the strict keto diet, which was the original diet that was used to treat epileptic seizures in children back in like the 1920s. And that's like 90% fat with the remaining 10% coming from protein and trace carbs. That's incredibly high in fat and not really conducive to performance athletes with that little protein. So that's not what I do. The second one is the modified keto, which is what I do. And that's about 70 to 75% fat with the remaining 20-25% coming from protein with some trace carbs in there. With that, you have to be a little careful because you don't want to have too much protein, especially as a bodybuilder. The default is to just keep adding protein, and you don't want to do that on a ketogenic diet. So that'll, through gluconeogenesis, can throw you back into glucose-dependent state and out of ketosis, which is not good. So you have to kind of manipulate that on an individual basis, but generally speaking, my fat's around 70-75% with the remaining coming from protein and some trace carbs. And the third kind, which is kind of gaining in popularity these days, is the cyclical ketogenic diet. I don't do the cyclical ketogenic diet. I've never tried it per se, so I can't really speak from experience. However, I know enough about keto and what keto is for me to not really want to try the cyclical. And what the cyclical ketogenic diet is basically you cycle between keto and carbohydrates. So a typical protocol would be to do a keto diet for like a week or 2 weeks and then have like a carb refeed day or refeed period. And a lot of people are doing this, like they'll do keto for 6 days of the week, and then on the 7th day they have like a refeed day where they just eat a bunch of carbs. This is similar to like John Kiefer's Carb Night Solution. But see, the thing about ketogenic diets, if you're trying to be keto adapted, it takes your body like a week or 2 or 3 or 4 to even become keto adapted. So if you're eating on a ketogenic basis, but then on day 7, you just ingest a whole bunch of carbohydrates, you're kicked out of ketosis, and then you don't get back into ketosis for another week. So you're basically in limbo. You feel like crap throughout the week. You feel probably good that one day, and you feel probably good right the day before you get back into carbs. So, but like, you know, the majority of the week you're like in purgatory, limbo stage. So that's why I do not advocate the cyclical ketogenic diet. And again, I've never tried it, so I might try one day and decide that it's the best thing ever, and science might come out with some newer, faster way to get into ketosis, and it'd be instantaneous. But from what I know now about keto and from what the science preaches, it doesn't make sense to me to try and cycle back and forth within a 7-day time span, because you're never getting the advantages of either. It's like trying to have you can't have your cake and eat it too, basically. You can't have carbs and keto to that extent. Basically, I think the diet was started because somebody wanted to eat cake and ice cream all the time. But hey, they make cake and ice cream for keto athletes as well, just not the sugar kind. So that's my take on the 3 types of ketogenic diets. I do the modified keto, in which the majority of my macronutrients are coming from fat, with about 20-25% coming from protein and the remaining coming from trace carbohydrates. So that's what I do, that's what I advocate, that's what I recommend. Do with it what you will, and I'll see you for the next episode later this week. Peace out.